Do immediatamente la parola al Presidente dell'EFCA, l'Ingegner Pedersen, che so che ha anche un volo da prendere a minuti, quindi non lo trattengo di più. Ricordo solamente che l'EFCA è l'Associazione Europea delle Società di Ingegneria, che rappresenta, credo, 25 paesi in Europa.
Maybe we can have the presentation on the screen. While they're doing that, I would like to say good morning once again to all of you. Good to see you here. And as you understood, I'm representing EFCA. And this is the FIDIC. We will come to that. I will explain. But if I could get the EFCA presentation, then one could wonder why is EFCA here? Who is EFCA, or what is EFCA? And what are we doing here? So I will start this presentation by explaining, giving you the answer. And then my colleague, Jan van der Putten, will explain a little bit about Europe, the state of Europe. I hope.
Non so se riusciamo a... Non c'è la presentazione giusta, se capisco bene. Ah.
I also have one. Okay. Sorry for that, but of course
Se vuole possiamo invertire l'ordine delle presentazioni. Cominciamo con FIDIC e poi diamo la parola a lei. Intanto così caricano. La carica, ce la facciamo. Okay, it's okay.
First I could explain the name. EFCA stands for European Federation of Engineering Consulting Association. So you can see that what we are doing is actually representing all the engineering consultants of Europe and trying to do some work. So let's get to the next slide here, explaining the EFCA mission to promote the European consulting industry in Europe and internationally, and to represent it to European institutions. I will explain a little bit about these issues. But first, stating that EFCA is the only association representing the engineering consultancy industry in Europe. It comprises 25 European countries and represents FIDIC in Europe, which I will return to. So you can see it's a quite comprehensive representation of all the consultants in Europe within the engineering industry. And this industry is actually quite impressive. It employs about 1 million staff, and it generates more than 150 billion euros in annual turnover. EFCA aspires to positively influence EU legislation that impacts on the engineering consultancy business. EFCA promotes fair competition and transparent procurement rules. And EFCA is a network business platform for member associations and European firms. Well, let me explain to you what we are really doing, or how we are doing this kind of work that I have been speaking about. Can you actually hear what I'm saying? Okay, look at this chain. and we are talking about business. We are talking about being competitive as a business. And therefore we have this chain, as you can see, consisting of the 4 elements. The first one is the service proposition. What can you deliver as a business? We have heard about that explained this morning, and realizing that the world is changing. I can illustrate it by stating that when I came to the company I am representing 39 years ago, we were 300 people in Denmark. Today, we are 12,500 people in 300 offices around the world. This is not to explain about the company. It's to explain about an industry that once was a profession. And that is exactly the discussion here. Somehow, it's my impression that in Italy, it's still considered as a kind of profession, speaking about the engineer himself, and he has some people to help him, and he is servicing maybe a smaller area, a city or a town or whatever. But we are speaking about an industry on a global scale. And why are we doing that? Because we want to be showing the importance of what we are doing. So we want to have the strength. We want to show and give inspiration to the projects that we are working with. We want to be creative, and we want to lead what we are doing based on the knowledge that we have. So we have to have some kind of a strength to show this, but also the projects are different. Back in time, 39 years ago, I remember they were all kind of specialized. We worked as specialists. But today, projects are holistic, multidisciplinary kind of gatherings where you need all kinds of expertise. So therefore, the companies are growing. So we have to consider our service proposition. What can we deliver to the market, to our customers? That's actually to think about the way and what can we deliver. And therefore also the next item is the role model. We have to show that this industry is interesting. If we are not showing this, we will never get the young people on board. They will choose something else to do in their study than what we need in our companies. If it's not interesting, if it has no appeal, showing interesting projects, importance in society, and the development and operation of our communities and societies, if we can't show this, we will not attract the young people. So we have to be a role model, show innovation, invest in innovation, development, being professionals, showing outcome, and also focus on investment in our future. And speaking about the third one, the trendsetter, we have to set the trend, and actually thinking about Europe for centuries. And it's actually quite a strange feeling being here in Rome, speaking about how the Europeans have set the agenda, the global agenda, for so many hundreds of years. Look at the society that once was here when you pass around all the ruins there, being remembered of the advanced society that was once there, that have taught the whole world how to build a society. Why should we give up setting the trend? European consulting engineers should still tell the rest of the world how to do, as we have been doing for so many years. But there is a need, there is a platform needed for being in that position. And finally, I would mention the fourth one here, which is the market in lead. And it has been mentioned also earlier this morning that really we should not only think about the national situation. It's speaking about a global situation. The world is globalizing. So why should the Italian consultants not compete globally? But to do that, you have to build a local market, a home market that is strong, so that from this strong platform you can work internationally. Thank you very much. Finally, I've just shown you how we do all this work together, because it's a question of organizing for collaboration. First, we have OICE, which is working with the national priorities based on global principles. Then we have the regional priorities covered by EFCA, the European situation. And then, of course, we have FIDIC with the global priorities, all these organizations based on the same global principles, because it's one world for all of us. But this is the way we work together, and we should not overlap too much. We should collaborate and make this a precise organization for helping our industry. Thank you for listening. Jan, please.